In the pages of Black history, we find the stories of 10 outstanding people who committed their lives to the pursuit of justice and equality. Join us as we delve into the lives and legacies of these great activists, whose voices are still heard today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you find value in this type of content and would like to learn more about Black history. Our journey begins with Malcolm X, a fearless civil rights activist and leader in the Nation of Islam. His passionate advocacy for Black empowerment challenged the status quo and ignited a movement for change. Tragically, in 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated, leaving an indelible mark on the struggle for justice. Martin Luther King Jr., a towering figure in the civil rights movement, championed nonviolent activism and preached the dream of equality for all. His powerful speeches and peaceful protests shook the foundations of systemic racism. However, his unwavering commitment to the cause would cost him his life. In 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, leaving a void that reverberates to this day. Medgar Evers, a courageous civil rights activist, stood at the forefront of the fight for equality in Mississippi. As the leader of the NAACP in the state, he tirelessly advocated for voting rights and desegregation. Tragically, his work was met with hatred, and in 1963, Medgar Evers was assassinated, becoming a symbol of the price paid for challenging systemic oppression. Fred Hampton, a charismatic and influential leader in the Black Panther Party, fought for racial equality and social justice. His community organizing efforts and commitment to empowering marginalized communities made him a target of those threatened by his message. In 1969, Fred Hampton was brutally assassinated, leaving a void in the struggle for Black liberation. Patrice Lumumba, a visionary political leader, emerged as the first democratically elected Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo. His impassioned advocacy for independence and self-determination challenged colonial powers, but it also made him a target. In 1961, Patrice Lumumba was assassinated, leaving a lasting impact on the continent's history and inspiring future generations of leaders. George Jackson, an activist and member of the Black Panther Party, fought against systemic racism and mass incarceration. While serving time in prison, he became an influential voice, advocating for the rights of incarcerated individuals. In 1971, George Jackson was killed during a prison altercation, but his legacy of resistance continues today. Marcus Garvey, a pioneering Pan-Africanist leader, founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association. His teachings on Black pride, self-reliance, and economic empowerment resonated across the globe. He faced persecution and imprisonment due to political and legal battles, which contributed to declining health and eventual death. Although he passed away in 1940, Marcus Garvey's influence laid the foundation for future movements and inspired generations to reclaim their cultural heritage. Steve Biko, an anti-apartheid activist and leader of the Black consciousness movement in South Africa, fought against the oppressive regime. His powerful words and grassroots organizing challenged the system of apartheid and advocated for the dignity and equality of Black South Africans. Tragically, in 1977, Steve Biko died in police custody, becoming a symbol of resistance against racial injustice. Walter Rodney, a renowned historian, political activist, and scholar, dedicated his life to the pursuit of social justice and decolonization. His seminal work on African history and his involvement in anti-imperialist movements made him a target for those seeking to silence his voice. In 1980, Walter Rodney was assassinated, but his intellectual contributions continue to inspire critical thinking and activism. Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party, played a pivotal role in advocating for self-defense, community empowerment, and racial justice. His leadership and activism challenged systemic oppression and sparked a movement for Black liberation. Sadly, in 1989, Huey P. Newton was shot and killed, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and a commitment to revolutionary change. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton, Patrice Lumumba, George Jackson, Marcus Garvey, Steve Biko, Walter Rodney, Huey P. Newton. These names represent a fraction of the brave individuals who sacrificed their lives for the cause of justice. As we honor their memory, let us reflect on their remarkable lives and draw inspiration from their unwavering commitment to a more just and equitable world. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel to join us on this journey of discovery and empowerment.